Hi, here we are to discuss regarding NMAT logic area. So we're looking at what are the different topics in logic and what is the strategy that you can use while writing the logic part of the exam. Look, understand in the actual exam, which section to solve first, second, third, experiment and find out what works for you. Normally, I say that weak area can be solved first, strong area can be solved last, because you can solve a strong area when you're even tired. Let me not be, but experiment. I mean, different things works for different people. So try to experiment. See if putting logic first, then maybe maths, then English, or put English first and then so on. See what works for you, what does not. Right? Anyway, we do have courses for NMAT, which is NMAT Workshop mocks videos. If you're interested, do contact us. Now, if you look at the logic section, there is basically 36 questions in 40 minutes. There is almost equal distribution of critical reasoning and logic. Critical reasoning becomes extremely important. I mean, so that means do focus on critical reasoning, because the more you practice critical reasoning, the more you become familiar with it and the faster you can solve. It's all speed based exam. Logic is basically broken down into puzzles, input, output, etc. So let's look at it. So if you look at critical reasoning, there's inference based questions. Strong and weak is very important. I mean, you can have more questions on strong and weak, based strong argument, weak argument, or strengthening and weakening basically. Assumption, course of action, conclusion, assumption, and situation to do. I mean, they're giving a situation, how will you take a decision, like decision making stuff. So almost 2 to 4 questions of each type is what is there. So go to these questions, practice this. You will have almost 2 questions of each type. Study help you basically, crack the basic exam or do faster. The more you're familiar with it, the tricks and turns that are there to solve these questions, but familiarity is very important. Okay, do know the rules, how to solve this question, follow the rules. I'm sure your accuracy will be good. As far as logic is concerned, there are normally 2 puzzles of, 4 marks each. So puzzles could be a family tree, matrix based, arrangement, etc. But normally 2 questions of 4 marks each. 4 questions each. 2 sets of 4 questions each. 8 questions is what is there. Input output normally is 1 set of 4 questions. So there could be small changes which are there, but this is broadly the case. So solve puzzles. 8 questions is huge. And then normally simple, you can actually solve it quickly. So if you're familiar with the basic type of family tree and matrix and arrangement, you should be able to solve it quickly. Then there are Venn diagram based questions. So sort of Venn diagram where you put numbers in each case, right? Which is the intersecting diagram of Venn diagram. Then there is, puzzle based on Venn diagram. There's syllogism, there's fact conclusion. Some facts are given and you need to find the facts. And they're individual puzzles. So these constitute almost half the paper. Critical reasoning constitutes half the paper. Now you need to see what you're strong at. Some people are strong at logic and weak at critical reasoning. Some people are strong in critical reasoning and weak at logic. Whichever is a strong area, ensure that you get more right out there. Also, as I said, in logic section, the more you practice, the more you become familiar, the better it is for you. So do practice a lot. It depends a lot. If you ask me one area where among the 3 sections where you need to spend more time on practice, I believe logic, because verbal is all about reading and understanding grammar. You can solve a few exercises. Maths, you need practice. But when you prepare for other exams, automatically maths is taken care of. But logic is different for NMAT, and I think you should prepare for it. Strategy. As I said, in logic section, familiarity is more important. The more you practice, the more you're familiar, the better it is. So you need to be fast. Also, for each type of question, for critical reasoning and for puzzles or for other logic questions, find marks per minute. Always try to give priority to where you get more marks per minute, and wherever you get very less marks per minute, try to leave it or guess mark and move forward. Okay, if you find it difficult to complete a paper because the paper is lengthy, remember it's not easy to complete a paper, then few questions where you get less marks per minute, try to guess mark and move forward. Okay, and see if you can fix a tentative time for each question. Say for puzzles, I will take approximately so much time. For input output, approximately I will take so much time. So if you're exceeding a particular question too much and you don't understand it, learn to mark and move forward. It's important to reach the end of the section in the given time frame. In any time, in any part of the paper, if you feel that you're behind schedule, for example, they say that there are 36 questions. If you go to a paper, there are 36 questions in 40 minutes. So you can say 36 questions, 40 minutes, which means in 20 minutes, I should be somewhere around 18 questions. Or say in 10 minutes, I should be somewhere around 9 questions, approximately. So ensure that you follow that time pace. Okay. If you feel you're behind, say on the 20th minute, you're around 16 questions or 15 questions, then learn to leave difficult questions or lengthy questions that will mark and move forward so that you can solve the easier questions as far as possible. Right? I hope this helped. We'll come up with videos that will help you. All the best.